welcome back to the Movie Buzz Club. I'm Colby Fenton.
It's your boy OP. What's happening, everybody?
And we got a special podcast here. We are reviewing, we are analyzing the new Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Brand New Day. Hot off the press.
That just came out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How many times have you seen it?
I've seen it twice.
It's been out a week.
And you've seen it.
Also seen it twice.
You've seen it twice.
Man. Dude, this Regal. Listen. A little quick tangent before we jump into this. Got the membership, the Regal Unlimited Pass. I will say, Regal, come on. We know you got money.
Oh.
Get some reclining seats in these theaters out here.
The seats, dude.
Please.
The seats are lacking.
Yeah. And there have been I'm sure it's just because it's a smaller, maybe it's older. I don't know how long this has been here in Bellingham, but it's like, come on, I want to be comfy. I want to be able to lean back, you know?
Yeah. Now they got the
table.
They got you can reserve the seats, which I love.
Oh, that wasn't always a thing?
Well, I've been to theaters where that wasn't a thing.
Oh, dude, get out of here.
And then that's
give me my money back.
It's chaos because you're getting there and you got to get there early, but
that kind of adds to the fun, though. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a buzz. Anyways, so that's the reason that watched it twice. Definitely worth it, though. I would say if you're into going to the movies.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but enough of the derailing already. Early on.
Hey,
you were getting to the point here of we're going to share our critical consensus for this movie.
Yes.
I'm excited to talk about this with you because we're talking about this off camera.
Oh yeah.
I am in your zone. I am in your world. And I'm ready to be taken for the ride because you know everything. You're the Marvel guy. You love Spider-Man. You know the lore. And I enjoy the movies. As I've talked about with you before, I don't gravitate towards superhero movies.
Yeah.
But this one
was
it was good. It was really good.
It was a banger.
Yeah.
But I'll get it going with my Colby consensus here.
Yeah. What do you got?
So Spider-Man Brand New Day is the most Spider-Man feeling film we've gotten to date. The action scenes were incredible, and I felt completely immersed every time Peter was swinging through the city. You know, Tom Holland proves, in my opinion, the best live-action Spider-Man that we have seen. You know, the movie hits me emotionally, and, while there is a few flaws, it never pulled me out of the experience. I give it an 8.9 out of 10, Colby approved.
Ooh, 8.9, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're bordering the A- territory, but you didn't quite crack it in there.
I think it was because of those few flaws.
Yeah.
And after I saw it a couple times,
the few flaws were a little bit more apparent.
Yeah, I was initially thinking 9.1.
Yeah.
But then I think after, sitting with it for a while, it's still just, an incredible movie, one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, but had a 8.9. I think is realistic for me.
For sure.
Because I'm going to be high on it.
Yeah. And I agree with a few of the points. The immersion, man. The Tom Holland. Shout out to you, dog. Want to kick it with that guy sometime. He's such a good actor, man.
Oh, yeah. Drink some beeros.
But, but it felt like it was like a video game. I think we were talking about that. Some of the pieces were really reminiscent of the video games.
It was definitely, I would say, inspired by some of the Insomniac games.
Dude. Sick critical consensus. Good job. Mine's a little bit more succinct. I went back to the old, all right, here it is. Spider-Man: A Brand New Day is high energy mixed with deep emotional trauma, surprisingly, intense fight scenes, and a truly diabolical villain, which makes this one of the best superhero movies I've watched in a long time. So a lot of stuff similar, man. I almost compared this to the feeling of watching Black Panther for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
That feeling of, I want to go back and watch it.
I saw that
soon. And so much so that I actually did, 3 days later.
Did you see Black Panther in Pullman?
I don't know if I saw it in Pullman, but I remember
that's when it came out, and it was like a big deal.
So I must have. I must have seen it out there. Or I don't know if maybe it was on a trip out here or something, but I remember going to the theater and watching it. But that feeling of wow, that was such a good movie that I want to go rewatch it in theaters to like see what else I can like pick apart from it, or like what else I can take away from it.
And I will quickly comment on, it's one of the best, superhero movies you've seen in a while.
Yeah.
That is not the best praise, because I feel like there hasn't been that many good superhero movies as of recently, and this one really.
Maybe it's like a resurgence. Maybe it's like bringing them back.
It's still like because there's been a lot of crap MCUs out there going on. Like,
well, what do you mean when you say MCU?
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, yeah.
So like
okay.
anything that is just with Marvel.
Sure, yeah.
Movies.
Is okay. So, but to wrap up my consensus, I was teetering a little bit. I did bring it up a little bit from previously, and I give this a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay.
And I almost got to the 80%.
To get up to that 8.0.
I know, man. But the thing too for me was like, and we'll talk about some of these flaws once we get into the spoilers, which we'll save that for a couple of minutes. But I'm not really I don't really gravitate towards the superhero movies, like I mentioned. There's only been a few that have really knocked me off my feet, and also, some of those flaws were just like, all right, dude, I can't get past. And then like thinking about it and then watching it the second time, and I'm like, yeah, dude, for sure, that should not.
And I think we have some of the same.
They overlap.
Gripes. Yeah. But let's get into some spoiler-free pros, because we're doing a spoiler-free for the first little bit of review, and then we're really going to get down to the nitty-gritty and talk spoilers in a little bit here. But one of the quick things that I'll say that I think it was the most prominent thing to me was the action.
Oh, 100%.
The action, was just, I think it was the most action we've seen in a Spider-Man film, and it was just very stylistic, just amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
100% agree with that. The fight scenes were out of this world. Yeah, and even like when it wasn't fight scenes, like you were still with it, all of the like swinging through the city and stuff. It was really fun. I think one of the big pros for me was the acting, the emotional. I mean, shoot, we know Zendaya, we know Tom Holland. Ned, what is his name?
Yeah, and he wasn't. Yeah,
I don't even know.
Ned L something.
But I don't know what his name in real life is.
Oh, I should know that, but I don't.
But they're you know what? Hey, Jarvis, what is Ned on Spider-Man Brand New Day's actor's real name?
Okay, and see, this is...
Because we got to know.
A cue for me at last. One moment, sir. I'll fetch the name.
Okay, so we got a little AI bot here to give us a little fact check.
Yeah.
Let's see if it can do it.
It has to think really hard.
Yeah, and...
Jacob Batalon, sir. There's
Jacob.
your answer.
There you go.
Cool. Hey, thank you. Well, Jacob then.
Okay.
And hopefully that's factual. So maybe Jarvis is just yanking our chain, dude.
Are doing a little test with AI, just fact checking, because we don't have anyone behind the camera.
We're in the future, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
That's hilarious.
That's great. Okay, so Jacob, but their whole like this whole cast, like how long they've been doing these movies now?
Since 2016.
I saw something about Tom Holland's been
10 years.
the Spider-Man for 10 years, dude. Wild. So he must have started when he was
He started
17?
I think when he was like 18.
18.
Hey Jarvis, how old was Tom Holland in Spider-Man Homecoming?
Listening? What do you want?
Maybe.
So yeah, maybe it'll
bring it up.
Yeah.
Well, in any case,
18.
The acting was phenomenal, and specifically the relationship between Tom Holland and John Bernthal.
Oh yeah.
That was like a huge pro for me, because those dynamics, dude. There's just some movies where like, did you ever watch Wuthering Heights?
No.
So
the one with
Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
And there was something about that movie to me where like I just didn't get that chemistry between them, and it was supposed to be a movie where like it was all about like chemistry, right? And so it felt kind of forced. But like with these actors in Spider-Man, it does not feel forced at all, and you can I feel like that comes through with the acting. No?
Yeah.
You agree?
No, that was also another one of my pros was the chemistry between some of the characters.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal. That was one of my that's why I think I scored it so high.
Yeah.
It's because of those.
Those are some good ones.
And yeah, emotionally and just yeah, it got me.
And you love Spider-Man.
And I love Spider-Man.
You've got a Spidey suit.
So
You should have worn the Spidey suit.
I know.
Why don't you
I
wear the
know.
Spidey suit today,
the
dude?
pajama thing that I brought?
Yeah. Well, don't you have like a full on?
I did. Yeah, I do. I have 2 different.
Dude, you gotta
Spider-Man
bring
suits.
that back. What a better time.
I
Come
know.
on.
So, really quickly,
Yep.
some cons of the movie, and I'll start this one out. Not getting too specific, you know.
I was gonna say
'cause,
this is gonna be hard with the cons.
but I'm
of it.
just going to, you know, as a blanket statement, the villains were there was some strengths and there were some weaknesses about it.
Okay. I think for me the biggest con was I didn't love the way it ended. The resolution was not
Okay.
what I would have
Maybe some
hoped for, given the fact that like everything that you see in the 2.5 hours or whatever, 2 hours 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Do you feel
I felt like it. I felt like I just didn't like without going into the too
do you
many
feel like
details,
it
'cause
was
it'll be
kind of
spoilered.
like rushed a little bit with the resolution?
I think so, but I think like it felt like it was a little, but I think it's also just like they're leaving the door open for because there's got to be more spies.
Yeah.
You think?
Okay, fair. That's good. And then we're gonna just get into some. I'm gonna fire some movies.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited
I'm gonna
for
fire
this.
some movies at you, and it's just gonna be a quick so Brand New Day versus this movie, and
Okay.
you just choose which movie you think is better. Just totally.
Just
subjective,
Just
whatever.
from the hip.
From the
I'm
hip.
just going. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So wait. So you're gonna tell me
And then I
this
will-
or this, and I'm gonna say that one.
Yep. And
Okay.
then I'll give you mine.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Or this Brand New Day. Brand New
Okay.
Day. Brand New
See,
Day.
that one's actually kind of a tough one for me because
Really?
I love like the first, this is his first movie
Of Tom Holland being
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
and it was a classic villain. It was
Yeah.
so good. But I'm gonna go Brand New Day.
Brand New Day. Yeah.
Okay. No Way Home.
Ooh. I take this. I'll say this. If you're going all the Spider-Man movies, this one is at the top, except for maybe Miles Morales going into the.
Yeah, I didn't put Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
That one.
I think Into the Spider-Verse maybe squeaks it out ahead of Brand New Day for me because of the soundtrack was really cool, and you could just like do so much stuff with animated films that
no,
it's
I
like
agree.
yeah, kind of hard. To
Okay,
compare.
Spider-Man, 2002.
with Tobey Maguire, dude.
That's
Damn,
tough.
off the hip, bang. I'm gonna go Tobey Maguire because of what I felt when I watched that when I was a kid. Like there's just like I was a kid. I was a child. I watched Spider-Man. I was like, oh my God, dude, that was so cool.
And I agree. I would choose Spider-Man.
It's
tough
hard to
It's tough. Okay, Iron Man.
Oh shit,
Iron
Iron Man. Yeah. Iron Man, because that was gonna be in my consensus when I said that I haven't watched one in a long time, and it reminds me of like watching Black Panther for the first time. Iron Man was the other movie that I was thinking of bringing up in that consensus, but I just also loved that movie, and I loved Tony Stark, and like there are some parallels with like the.
It's really close. It's really close for me. I think I'm gonna have to go Iron Man.
Oh damn, dude! For real?
Yeah, because I love an origin movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
Ooh.
And these are really hard for me too.
Yeah. Off the hip, man. I'm gonna be real with you right now. I'm gonna say Brand New Day because I don't really remember what happens in
Man,
Batman
that's
Begins.
crazy. Dude, yeah, this one.
The 2001
Unless-
Batman Begins, the animated one.
No, Batman Begins, the one with Christian Bale.
Oh, I don't think I watched it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so
You
Brand New
haven't.
Day.
Okay, I'm gonna choose Brand New Day.
I watched The Dark Knight.
Okay, The Dark Knight.
Okay, The Dark Knight. The
I
Dark
would
Knight.
say The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Okay, The Batman.
Which is
Robert Pattinson.
but wait, Robert Pattinson was also Dark Knight, right?
No. Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, that's right.
Jesus.
The Batman.
The Batman.
That was the one where Catwoman comes into a little bit, and is it who's the main bad guy in that? The Riddler,
Yes.
right? Okay, I go with that one. I go with the Batman.
I'm gonna go with the Batman just because that is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Spider-Man, I'm high on the Batman, like
The
really
Batman,
hard.
that one specifically, though, I think that one
Yeah.
was really good.
Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, Logan.
Never watched it.
Jesus Christ, dude, that is bad. That is such a good movie. It's rated R. It's Wolverine. Okay,
Heard about it.
that has to maybe
Haven't
be the
watched
next
it.
one. All right.
Almost.
So yeah, that was my little.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
no,
we
that's
can get
fun.
the
That's fun. That
vibe
was
of
cool.
it. But now let's go to spoiler.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched the movie yet, if you haven't watched Spider-Man Brand New Day and you don't want it spoiled for you, then discontinue, unclick, unplug your laptop or phone or whatever, and go away.
Yeah.
Go watch the movie. Find
Go
a
to the
theater near
Go
you.
to the theater.
Yeah, you got to go to the theater, and if you can watch it in IMAX, I would love to watch that in IMAX. Did you watch it in IMAX?
Spider-Man Brand New Day, but it wasn't
Yeah.
shot on IMAX.
But it would have been cool to watch it in IMAX.
Yeah.
I mean, just a little bit bigger screen, though, like
Yeah,
different
I guess.
aspect ratio. The one I mean, like, not the 70 millimeter, like Odyssey type, IMAX. But anyways, get out of here if you don't want the movie spoiled for you, because let's get into the nitty gritty.
Let's get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so these are in no particular order, and you kind of touched on this a little bit on the in the spoiler free, but The Punisher.
Yeah. I haven't watched The Punisher, the show. Have you watched it?
I've seen the first season. I haven't seen like the new stuff that's came out.
Okay.
But yeah,
but
you don't really need to.
Not for the movie.
Yeah,
No, 100%. You don't have to. And I think the beauty of it is just like we were talking about, the chemistry between John Bernthal and Tom Holland and how they just play so well off of each other. Like,
So
because
good.
that, and like I've gone down a few rabbit holes on this and their relationship. You know about their relationship?
Like
amazing. Beautiful.
Like in the comic books.
No. Like in real life.
You were sending me some stuff.
John Bernthal and Tom Holland, they've known each other since. So like the one of the really cool ones that I saw was Spider-Man's audition tape. Like
Yeah.
for
See, I had that. That's
did
crazy.
you know that?
I
You know?
know.
So yeah, so Tom Holland was auditioning for Spider-Man, and John Bernthal, aka the Punisher, he was like the guy that was holding the camera for the audition tape, and like he like throws him a
So
boot.
how
It's
did
like
they
a
know-
famous like boot.
How did they
thing.
know each other?
They like filmed another movie. They were like on set filming a different movie. I forget the name of the movie together. And so
Okay.
like they were just like happened to, I think, be on that movie together. And from there they built a relationship, they built a friendship, and then that's when Tom Holland was like, "Hey, I'm thinking of like, applying for this Spider-Man thing," and John was like, "Yo, do it." And
That's
then
so cool.
it sounds like John was like the one that inspired Tom Holland to like show a little bit more of his personality and do the backflips and do like the cool shit to like really put himself out there.
Okay.
And the rest is sort of history. Then they've been on, and they were both on the Odyssey too, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't John
they're both-
Bernthal in it?
yeah, Zendaya, John
yeah.
Bernthal, and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
All in like the same movie that was overlapping, which is kind
Wow.
of funny.
Yeah. So I love their relationship. The Punisher though, and like he was throughout this whole movie, he was that comedic relief, right? You were
Yes,
telling me
so
about
and
that.
it wasn't cheesy, and it just landed and it hit on those comedic. It really just hit, and
Yeah.
I was laughing. I found myself laughing, out loud, and it was just perfect.
I also think the cheesy thing. I was telling you this offline that Spider-Man, I think, just has always done that. I haven't watched all
like
of the movies
he's always
recently,
done.
but he's always been like the little quirky, cheesy guy, your neighborhood
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he says
And so he says like dumb shit,
those quirks.
even since like the Tobey Maguire thing. And I think that this was a callback when Tom Holland said, "You guys are the professionals. I'm just a volunteer." I
Oh.
want to say that Tobey Maguire said that in the original
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Could be.
No?
I don't know exactly off the top of my head.
Hey
but-
Jarvis, let's see if this works. Can you look up if Tobey Maguire said, "You guys are the professionals, I'm just a volunteer," to the police in the original Spider-Man?
I would be Impressed
I'm
if it.
afraid I can't confirm quotes from movies that specifically.
All right.
You'll want to check a script or a detailed source for that kind of
That's
line-by-line
that's
match.
fair. I feel like I would be impressed if it was
That'd be
able to.
really cool,
to
man.
do
All right,
that,
we got to
you know.
step your game up. We got to get your XP points up, Jarvis.
Okay. Talking about some emotional scenes.
Yeah.
That really did it for me. And so one that I have written down here is after Peter goes to the party that he follows Ned back to, and he watches MJ kiss.
Sir, I'll leave you to dive into the details. I'm here when you need me.
Thanks,
Well,
Jarvis.
thank you. Okay, so, because I think when you say its name, that's why it triggers.
Oh, okay. Sorry to confuse you.
So,
Ooh, AI.
but
Supposedly they're gonna take over, dude.
yeah, supposedly
Doesn't
They're
even
just
know when we're
running
talking to
but
them.
they are running the podcast right now. So
Yeah, that's
so
true.
That's
All
good.
right, well, thank you.
So when Peter watches MJ kiss
Yeah,
the boyfriend,
yeah. The random.
and
Get outta
then
here,
and then he leaves, and he's in his civilian clothes, and he's
Yeah.
like crying, web slinging through the city, and that I was like, God damn, that's brutal, man.
Yeah.
And-
Whoa,
and-
wait, was that scene or okay? So he was, yes.
That
and
was.
Did he right after that get taken over by the arachnid thing? Was that
Yes,
the first?
because that was
time?
that was a trigger
stressful-
of his mutation.
Yeah.
So he kind of needed that to happen.
Yeah, to be
and
able
then
to
that
level up.
triggered the whole cocoon scene and all that.
Yeah.
And so that was just that was so good.
So you took the emotional one out of mine too. I was gonna say that too, but also then the we can dive into a little bit of the Sadie Sink, Jean Grey
So
thing because
I have like strengths and weaknesses on that.
yeah, but like the emotional thing of her finding out that her sister, I forget her sister's name, but that her sister had just been held hostage and was like being tortured, and what VMAX actually meant.
VMAX. Dude,
Oh
that
my
was,
God.
that was brutal. And I didn't see that coming at all.
Oh, I just got chills thinking about it. So to
and-
explain it to people that maybe you don't care about the movie, you don't want to watch it, and what VMAX actually meant, essentially the entire movie from the very beginning, we're like, this bad person is trying to get into like the headquarters. What's it called? The
damage
control.
Damage control. Yeah.
And they're like wreaking havoc on everybody, killing people, blowing things up to get to this, to find out what VMAX is. Give me VMAX. What is that?
Jean Grey was doing.
Yes, Jean Grey.
whatever.
And so then you end up finding out that Jean Grey, she's sitting there in the same chair that her sister was probably sitting in, being tortured, and she gets pushed pretty much past the limit, and she dozes off, and she looks up at the ceiling, and she sees that on one of the vent fans, there's like an old sticker of like a piece of paper or something that's starting to like flap away, and it says V Max. And that was the sign. That was the last thing that her sister had like telepathically showed her or something.
Which was really cool part when that happened.
God.
It triggered her like Phoenix powers.
Yeah. So
Right?
that's what that is. That was what that was.
That
okay, the
was
Phoenix
the
powers.
her Phoenix powers, Dark Phoenix.
Because that wasn't explained in this movie, right? You would
No.
have just had to know that from.
Yeah, because
knowing Jean Grey.
you know, that's obviously a very powerful thing she did. She
Totally.
she froze, which this we'll kind of just go into something I want to talk about here. When she did that and froze like a whole city, more than a city block, it was like an entire like
It was like a
mile
mile or something,
radius
a
or
couple
whatever.
kilometers, 10 kilometers, whatever it was. Yeah.
So her doing that is going to have, I think, severe implications for the future of the MCU and more specifically X-Men movies that are going to be coming out. Because
so? Yeah, what?
in X-Men, I don't know if you know a lot about X-Men, but the whole thing of X-Men is, okay, these mutants are dangerous.
Oh.
We have to control them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this event is going to be a catalyst for, you know, probably terrible shit that they're going to be trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever government agency that wants to, you know, they're like, oh, these mutants exist. They're out in the world.
Yeah.
We have to, because there's like So I think that's going to be a super important thing that is going to be referenced in future of
It kind of has to, right? Because they're now no longer separate and distinct because there has been all of this crossover, which I think was maybe, I mean, you tell me, was this one of the concerns when there was a lot of the crossovers with like all of the Avengers and Spider-Man crossing into that world, being in the multiverse, and like it can be a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like on one end of the spectrum, you could just argue that, oh, it's in a different universe, and so then there's like this different storyline.
Right.
So it's not all tied back to the Logan or like the original Wolverine and the original X-Men, right?
Yeah.
And so that could be an argument. But I do see what you're saying is like if you're trying to stay like a steady course in the timelines of those separate universes, then it
they're
does
all
murky
like,
the water.
'cause, you know,
murky the
Marvel
water.
bought Fox, which owns a lot of the X-Men characters, so they're all merged now. And what, like an example of when this happened in the MCU is like, did you ever see Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Yeah, we watched all the Avengers, but like we watched them years ago. So
Like there was
I
a big
wouldn't
event
remember exacts.
in like when Ultron was trying to fucking kill everyone, and they like pretty much destroyed a whole city, and then like those events carried over to Captain America: Civil War.
Yes. Okay.
And
Yep.
like those events made it so they needed to do the Nova Scotia Accords, which were like every superhero has to like you know surrender yourself to the government.
Yes.
And then the whole movie,
Yes, okay. I'm remembering this, yeah.
So like those events from a different movie had severe consequences.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so like I think those are going to have severe consequences. You know?
Yeah, because from there on, then it is just okay. Not to keep going down that rabbit hole, but I agree. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought of that before.
Yeah.
But on the same like a similar vein about her, just like being, and we've talked about this kind of like at length, but Jean Grey, she's this like a horrible villain. I said a diabolical villain.
Yeah.
That
She's depicted as that.
is at the beginning murking people left and right. She's
s-
blowing buildings up. She's jumping as somebody else in front of a car, right? Because her whole thing is like telepathic, like control and stuff.
And just a quick side note on that the whole possession thing that was
Yeah.
going on, that was a crazy thing. I had no idea that was Jean Grey.
Oh yeah,
Because
I mean
that
I
was
didn't-
like, I thought that was a terrifying villain aspect.
yeah.
Control anybody.
yeah.
Like that, I just want to say like that was
Yeah,
really crazy.
I mean, really well done, and that's part of the thing that it was like super dark and twisted, and it was like intense, right? Because you're like, oh my gosh, like how do you even stop that?
how do you stop this?
And you really can't.
No.
You really can't. It just
Unless
ultimately
you isolate, because he isolated that person in the helicopter, and he was like, you
Yeah.
can't jump more than 30 feet.
Right.
But then she was still Jean Grey, and so she could go back to Jean Grey.
Right.
So if you isolate her, that's how you would stop her.
Oh,
but now
okay. But now she's got the power of the Phoenix.
Well, she's unlocked, like, because before she didn't have telekinesis,
okay. Yeah.
right? Now she has telekinesis. How do we know that? Well, she destroyed the inhibitor chip.
Yeah.
She pulled that thing off after she did the Phoenix thing,
Yeah.
and she crumpled it.
Yeah.
Because Jean Grey is, telekinetic and
Badass
stuff like
well,
that.
also, okay, but to finish the train of thought was like her being diabolical, and then at the end, it was just like this. I thought it was silly. I kind of get what they were trying to do with like having like Spider-Man
So let's-
connect with her.
So let's slow down on that,
Okay.
because let's first unpack Jean Grey,
Okay,
and then
okay.
go into that and our thoughts about that.
Okay,
because
so unpacking Jean Grey a little bit more.
like let's go back to the rooftop with MJ where she
Oh, dude,
where
yeah.
she
Okay, we'll just keep talking about how shitty Jean Grey is.
Yeah,
like she's
because
just
it's
diabolical.
because it's like, okay, I like what they're like. Okay, this is an interesting take on Jean Grey. Like she's pretty ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
She's not thoughtful of other people.
Mm-hmm.
She threw that fat dude in front of a car, probably killed that guy.
Yeah.
She threw MJ off of the
Off
building,
a roof.
and
Also threw a cop off of the roof because she was like, "Hey, Spider-Man, save me!" Like,
Yeah.
she, so like many people,
yes, so okay, is she redeemable?
right? Not in the words of Spider-Man.
And yeah, because what did Spider-Man say?
He said, "What you have done is unforgivable." It is
evil.
truly unforgivable and evil. Yeah.
Yes. So now, fast forward through the movie, she's about to kill that guy, Bill Metzer. Has the glass because she found
Right.
out he's the one that killed her sister.
Yes.
And he does he deserve to be killed? I would say probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's kind of
not
messed
up
up.
to us,
Yeah.
but so that's the one person that you should kill here.
Right.
And so then Spider-Man comes in and he's being Spider-Man, even a person that maybe deserves death, I'm going to try to save him.
Yeah.
So he goes into his mind with her and does that whole Aunt May thing. First off, what were your thoughts about the Aunt May thing in the head?
That whole scene.
Did you like it? Did you buy it?
It was well, like I meant to watch all of the other movies before going to this one, but was that actually like a specific scene from one of the other movies, or that was just like a memory?
That was a new
Okay,
thing,
so it was a
I
new
think,
thing.
yeah.
So I thought it was something from a past movie, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool if they're doing that callback. But if it's not, then I didn't love that. I didn't love that going into I kind of see what they were trying to do to like.
I didn't love it either.
Yeah.
I wasn't fully bought into it.
Yeah, I couldn't buy into it.
I don't know.
Because I saw that they were trying to get her to like walk in his shoes and him to walk in her shoes, right? Spider-Man and Jean Grey. And so that she could hear from Aunt May what Aunt May supposedly, I think, would have told Spider-Man, right?
Sure, yeah.
And so then it kind of made her feel seen. But the whole argument is totally like washed away because as Jean Grey, your sister, the only person in the world, was taken. You saw her. You saw that they tortured her. They killed her, and with no regret, with no remorse. And like, if I'm Jean Grey, I'm not gonna let Spider-Man's Aunt May come in and say, "Oh, people care about you and love you," and like be cool with that. When I got all these powers, like,
Yeah.
who do I need? I don't need you.
So and I do partly agree with you there. And then I've been thinking about that for a while. And so you don't buy her not dropping the glasses or the things
shards
to
of
kill
glass.
that guy based on her behavior in the movie.
Yeah, just like everything that she's done and everything that she's been through leading up to that point, it was just so hard for me to believe that just a couple of words from Spider-Man were gonna like change all of that.
So the problems I had with it was that Spider-Man would be able to forgive her and
And that's the other side of the coin.
That's
right?
the problem I had with it of like, oh, why is he like, like seemingly like this is all cool, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But then I was thinking, well, what if he doesn't actually forgive her, but was just like, this is what she needs to hear in order for her to not kill this guy.
Facts.
And so I was like, okay, well, maybe he's just doing that.
Yeah.
And just being as good as a guy as he can be.
Yeah.
And then a bullet's coming straight towards her. And what does he do?
Dude, crazy guy.
He steps in front of it. And that one, I believe, because even if someone deserves a bullet,
Yeah, he's
he'll
out there.
still put
he's
himself.
saving. Yeah, he's just that kind of guy.
Do I think she's redeemable? I don't think so, based on what happened in the movie.
It was not enough information for us to know, right? I feel like since she rode off into the sunset, maybe. But the thing is like, she did all that stuff. If she like truly turns a leaf and like, but then you just can't fit all of that into.
You could say she's young.
Yeah, I guess.
I
so.
mean, I'm just thinking.
But
of,
also, you could say like, "Damn, dude, you're young and you've already done
Yeah.
all of these horrible."
Well, because
horrendous things.
in those movies, we've seen movies where it's a young, impressionable
Yeah.
character that is going down the wrong path. Because she also, her arc and a lot of these mutants, they don't have that person, and they find Charles Xavier, and he's the one that gives them these, better ideals versus his nemesis or his counterpart, Magneto, which Magneto is all about what Jean Grey would do. revenge.
Right.
So it's these two coins, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, I mean, dude, her whole thing. I mean, as far as like a villain arc, though, as far as like the action for the movie and like that, I think it was done really well. Other than those couple of things, it's
yeah,
just
but
like
here's
she's a
my,
better villain than a good person. I think.
and then here's
cool.
my other gripe about the villain stuff is Bill Metzer, the guy in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like how many villains are just this like corporate evil guy in a suit?
Yeah.
That trope, right?
Yeah. So you would have liked it to be
I would have
like,
liked it to be fully Jean Grey and just Jean Grey.
oh,
being
that
the
it wasn't
full
that
villain
twist
where,
of
and because I saw it was predictable. I knew he was like doing some bad shady shit.
and that was the predictability thing is one of the things that also kind of like dropped it down a little bit for me where I was like, okay, there's no way, like the whole piece about like there's no way that this is that Zendaya that MJ would just like remember that
And
this
kiss
is
him?
yeah.
That was a good like.
I was like, that's not real. This is
and,
fake.
Yeah, and that was a really good. That got me.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like when she was hugging though after the kiss. I was like, oh, something's not. fucking
Yeah,
right.
dude. No, like from the jump, I think. And like even when we watched it the second time, we tried to like see if we could see Jean Grey
'cause she
taking
kinda
over her, but she
jitters.
didn't. I didn't really notice that.
And yeah, really quick,
Okay, but go on.
another like thing that just because you're talking about MJ, when she reads the letter and she's confronted, and
Yes.
she's like, "I don't know you. I don't love you. I don't know you." And I was like, "That's." I'm glad they made that decision. They didn't just be like, "Oh."
Like everything,
know.
sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, yeah.
And we'll revisit here MJ in a second, but I just wanted to talk about the Bill Metzer, the guy in the
Yep.
suit, really quick. Because okay, what was his goal?
He's just trying to gain power, dude.
His
gain control
his
over
goal
these
is to
mutants.
test, experiment on this mutant to learn from its power and try to emulate that power.
Yeah,
Right? That's
yeah,
his goal.
Yeah.
Why does he have to kidnap and subject them to torture? What's
Right.
another option?
Right.
Hey, do you want to do this for 8 hours a day and I'll pay you a lot of money?
Yeah.
Why not at least start there?
Yeah, that's a
What the
valid point. It wouldn't make for a good movie, dude.
I know that just I'm
That's
getting
just
sick.
that's just you're like talking about corporate America.
I'm just like, dude, like I feel like that's not the like, you know, like, oh, this person's there. Let's kidnap these two children and like, yeah, no, I get that, but like you could make a way more actual villainous person and really dive into their character of why they do that. But it was just kind of like,
You know, I 100%. I agree.
Flat.
I agree fully with the fact that like it would have been better if they took that guy out of it and didn't just make him the villain and just like focused on like one villain.
yeah, but you know, yeah. So
That's
those
funny,
are some pretty critical gripes.
Yeah.
You know,
That's all right, dude. This is your time. This is your
but-
time to shine.
Yeah, well, let's go. Oh, yeah, the human experimentation thing. But discussion topics. Yeah, this
think-
is also another villain. There was no classic Spider-Man villains.
Yeah, but I think I mean at the
When
very
are
end, what did you think of the very end? What did you think of like? Because I think the word on the street is that Tom Holland's like retiring from Spider-Man soon. Yeah,
Dude, I think that is horrible. I do
For the
not like-
Spider-Man-
I don't like that.
I don't
idea.
either. I don't either. But it's kind of like, I mean, after a certain point, no, you had a good run, 10 years, and now
I
you got to
think
hand
he's
the
gonna
baton
make at
over.
least 2 more movies, though.
You think so?
Finish the like, you know, okay, you had a trilogy and do a trilogy.
Maybe.
Do 5, 6. Do you think, you know, like Miles Morales will take up? You got to introduce Miles Morales in the
Yeah.
next one.
Yeah. And then
take
and
up
then
the
from there
mantle.
and then from there it's just gonna be and then Tom Holland slowly like goes and retires and
Or
he's
he
like-
dies.
or he dies, dude.
Yeah, he dies in a comic book story.
But at the end of the movie, because it was like to be continued or something, or the story will
so
continue or whatever,
we'll-
right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second here.
Okay.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about Hulk.
Oh, dude, Hulk smash, dog.
So did you
What's
like
his name, Professor, or what's his name?
Bruce Banner?
Bruce Banner.
Baby.
Yeah, I loved everything about the Hulk in this, and I loved that they made him like. I was thinking that it was gonna be like toned down, but like no, he just really went balls to the walls.
Savage Hulk.
Yeah,
And then
it was crazy.
What defeated him? So like
I think
he's-
ultimately
he's-
was that connection with Peter Parker, no? Because he like
Yes.
recognized Peter.
Yes.
And he was
So-
like,
so do you buy that?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I think so because of when was the movie? What was the other movie where Spider-Man? It was like one of the Avengers movies where they met up and like they also had like a similar moment. No, was it Infinity War or was it?
Spider-Man and Hulk.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I don't know.
because there was like another movie where they were both in the same.
So
space,
here's the theory on why that
and they kind of hated
that
each other.
worked and why. So when Doctor Strange did the spell and made everyone forget Peter Parker, Hulk didn't forget who Peter Parker was.
Oh, but Bruce Banner did.
Bruce Banner did. So Hulk is in his Hulk. Like
Right.
he. I like how they ended the fight with Hulk could kill him.
Yeah.
Because Hulk is more powerful
Right.
than Spider-Man,
Yeah.
right? Like if it came down to a Savage Hulk fight, he's gonna he could literally just rip him maybe
Yeah.
apart. So he's have that moment, and then Hulk is like Peter, right?
Whoa, yeah, I didn't even think of
so,
that.
So people are thinking, well, because his brain is like, separate
Yeah.
from Bruce Banner, that maybe that's why he remembered, because he didn't get his memory erased. And so then,
I didn't
so
even
he
think about
remembers
that,
like
dude,
that,
but that makes
and then
sense.
he lets go and
And just
falls.
falls, yeah.
And then that hit makes him go back into Bruce Banner. Is
Yeah,
that what happened?
that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I forgot. I didn't even think about like the whole
So that was
reason.
something
I was just
read.
thinking that he was like so. That just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
Cool stuff, dude. Talking about. So let's go back to MJ. Let's go
Okay.
back to MJ. Let's talk about the friends. Let's talk about because.
Did they
Where-
remember?
Do they remember? Where does it go from here? Like, how does that,
That's perfect.
And so that this is something that interesting rabbit holes, right? Two things actually. Quickly going back to Jean Grey, because did you realize that she was breathing for him after he got shot?
I'm glad. I am so glad you brought that up. That was something I clocked like earlier, and then I was like, "Oh, I want to bring that up." I forgot to bring it up.
Yeah.
So yeah. So does that make her? And this was does that make her more redeemable?
I don't know because
Because
she's
she
doing that
say-
because he fucking took a bullet for
Yes.
her. Like that's the least you can do.
But yes, so I think she was
She felt a
literally
little guilty.
breathing for him the entire
Yeah.
fucking time,
In-
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I like how they don't explain it really.
Yeah, I love that because I was
That was
like,
cool.
Because I was like, oh my god, that's insane. Because
So he would be dead.
yeah,
without
because
her.
I'm sure like it shot like through his lung or something.
Yeah.
right.
Like, dude, that's a Punisher bullet.
And also, where are you shooting, guy? You didn't even see the where. Where are you gonna try to shoot? Because when we saw through the scope, there's no
Yeah. So
window.
So
or
no. So well, there was that. The wall was broken up,
but dude.
and it's the Punisher. I'm
Sure.
I'm not as critical as that. I'm like, okay, he figured it out.
But also, like,
He figured it out how to,
yeah. All right, we'll
But
let that one slide.
I
Punisher.
do see.
But that was insane when I saw that. I was like, dude, that's wild. Does it make her a little bit more redeemable? Maybe if you're a Spider-Man, yeah, because like, yo, you saved my life,
Yeah.
But
So that was good.
but that was kind of a cool twist. But Jean Grey or MJ, Ned, do they remember him? What is the end like? The handshake that happened between Ned and Spider-Man, like, did that bring them back to like, oh, I remember you because you're my best pal forever?
So you want to hear something crazy about that? I just saw this. So in No Way Home, they do the handshake thing like
Yeah.
they do, and this is before the spell happens to forget everything. They do that, and then you know how Ned has magic powers? Do you know that?
Do I know
It's
that?
explained in No Way Home.
What?
It's he does portals in No Way Home, bro.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I do
so
remember that.
he has magic powers, right?
Yep.
So he's part of the same like powers that Doctor Strange has.
Okay, yes.
So that's the powers he has. So they do the handshake, and they do, and a spark happens at the
Yes.
very end. And they're
Okay.
like, oh, so people are thinking that they made a little spell to connect them.
Forever.
You know, so
Oh, that
so
handshake
then
was
when
the
they
kind of
did
the
ha-
spell.
and then when they did the handshake
Yeah.
at the end, it like unlocked a saved memory.
Whoa, dude.
That's a theory that's going on.
Wacky.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. The other theory that I saw regarding that was the fact that Jean Grey can, because she's so powerful, something about like she can
trigger-
unlock or trigger, the unlocking of those like memories or like a forgotten unlocked memory.
Yep. And so people are saying because MJ was crying, is that why?
No, I was saying that what I saw was that handshake was the thing that she like somehow like telepathically controlled or like
I
got
think
into
it's
like
more
Ned's
believable
brain.
that it was muscle memory. Although 4 years have passed, but still, if they maybe did it for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, but when Jean Grey did the Phoenix thing, it shows MJ like crying, and so people are thinking, oh, maybe she's got memories of Peter.
Oh, dude,
And
when she was frozen in the
Yep.
wild.
So that's another thing.
Wild.
So, and then okay, so now future of MJ.
So what do you think? Do you think they remembered him or no? Yes or no? That's the answer. Yes or no?
No,
You don't think so?
I
Damn.
don't. I think
I say yes, dude.
I think
I'm an optimist,
I think the thing that happens with Ned is he says Peter because MJ said Peter when he left. So he's like, "You're Spider-Man."
Remembering that
That's what I think that was.
she called
and then
him
I
Peter.
think their memories might slowly come back, but I think it's still gonna be like MJ's not gonna just get with Peter. Like I think, and that was kind of my question here: is what is the future of Peter and MJ? Are they just going to freaking be like, this thing, or is there going to be a new love interest in the next movie? Like, what is going on? What are they doing?
That's a good question, and that's hard. But I think like even if they do remember each other, I think like what MJ said, whether that was truly her or if it was Jean Grey, where she was like, "You just made that decision for MJ. You just made that
And
decision."
maybe she can't forgive him for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because that's a hard thing to say. Like you, like it, like
Yes.
you totally crossed the line with making that
a decision.
for me,
Yeah.
and thinking that you knew what was best.
And what about them killing off MJ?
That'd probably be the best case scenario, honestly.
So, do you know anything about Gwen Stacy?
Gwen Stacy. No, sounds familiar. Maybe.
So before Spider-Man falls in love with MJ,
Yeah.
he falls in love with Gwen Stacy.
Oh.
Gwen Stacy is his first ever love, like as deep as MJ.
Okay.
So yeah, loves MJ or loves Gwen Stacy. They're together, and so a famous comic book depicts the death of Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy, Green Goblin drops Gwen Stacy off of the what's the bridge? And
The Golden Gate Bridge.
isn't that San Francisco?
Oh yeah. No, I don't know. I just threw out a bridge.
Hey, Jarvis, what is the famous bridge in New York?
The Manhattan Bridge.
I think it probably timed out, but that's okay.
think
Throws
it's
him
the
off a
Manhattan
huge
Bridge.
bridge. Spider-Man jumps after her,
Yeah.
thwips his web,
Yeah.
One
and then
moment.
like
Let me
flips
consult
his
the
web to,
all-knowing
like-
internet.
okay, thwips his web on there to like hold it, and then gets her in her chest,
Yeah.
and then like gets her, and then the whiplash that
Oh,
snaps
dude,
her
it
neck,
kills her.
snaps her neck, and she dies.
Dude.
And that's what happens at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. because Emma Stone plays
Okay.
Gwen Stacy, and so they did that.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, that's okay. I have seen that.
And so that was kind of a callback. When MJ is thrown off that building, there's like a thing of him diving for her, and she's falling, and he does this.
Wow.
And that was kind of a thing.
That's cool.
Maybe to kind
I
of.
wouldn't have clocked that.
So
Yeah.
maybe possibly, yeah.
Yeah, but I think even if they do remember, which I do think that they end up remembering who Spider-Man is or who Peter Parker is. And
I think
even
they
in that
will.
case, though, I don't think that MJ and Spider-Man have a happily ever after right off into the sunset. I do think that Ned and Peter will
want
always
Ned,
be best
I want
friends.
Ned and because
They gotta be.
They're great.
There's the boys.
It's the boys.
Yeah.
Okay. That was everything I think I wanted to talk to about before the post-credit scene. 'Cause
Yeah.
we can
Okay.
talk
Okay.
into that now.
Yeah. So, movie, any other things that you want to say? We talked through everything that I was also wanting to ask you and
Yeah,
think through too.
it was just it was a really good movie, and it tickled all my
Yeah.
things.
It was what you were expecting and more.
Because
Yeah.
and that can be bad. You can have these expectations,
Yeah.
and then it does, like the Odyssey,
True.
you know, and then it falls flat. This one didn't, so I was
Yeah.
really happy.
Yeah. No, it was a really good movie, and I think for not really being a superhero movie fan, like the fact that I watched it twice,
Yes,
that means like it was great. The post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene.
Was it worth sitting there for 15 minutes through the credits?
So,
what do you think
I
that?
guess
what do you take that to mean?
I learned something about Daniel Day Creighton, the director of Spider-Man. He specifically makes his credits long, so he puts less names up. So when the screen's going, there's not a bunch of names. There's
so you can actually read them?
You can read that.
Okay.
So he, because he likes shouting out his people that made the movie, so that's why the credits take longer.
Okay.
On that one, and then even if it's just a Spider-Man symbol, I don't really care. They're throwing something up there, but it has a lot of implications.
Yeah, it does.
It has a lot of implications.
And I think the implication, one of the biggest implications is what we were talking about before, where now that they're in the multiverse, the really opportunities are like it's just endless potential movies and timelines and different universes to explore, which goes back to that point that you were making about the X-Men and how it would have implications. But if they're in a different universe now, then maybe Jean Grey is it doesn't matter.
So, okay,
that she did
so
that to
just
New York City.
dissecting that end credits scene, Spider-Man is on Earth.
Yep.
And then it's showing him leaving Earth. Is that what is happening?
Yeah, that's what I think. It was the Spider-Man tracking app that Ned built, and it's like, okay, here's Spider-Man, beep, 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 and then he disappears, and then all of a sudden he's like in space.
In space.
Yeah, somewhere.
So a lot of people are saying that is Secret Wars.
Oh.
So it's Avengers Doomsday comes out December. And people are thinking that Spider-Man's not going to be in that at all.
Oh.
And so because he's gone, he's been summoned to a different place, which I don't really know all the things about Secret Wars.
What is that? I don't even know anything about Secret Wars.
Hey Jarvis, what is Secret Wars in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Let's see what he's got.
One moment. I'll find out what Secret Wars is about.
All right, perfect. Well, get back to us.
Okay, so it'll be interesting because I looked it up a little bit, but I was kind of confused.
So he's not going to show up in.
Well,
Avengers.
it's all speculation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we really don't know.
Interesting.
Well,
because this is going to be the last Avengers.
Avengers Doomsday, and
Right.
then Avengers Secret Wars.
Oh, so it's after.
So it's next
Doomsday.
year.
Oh, okay.
So
you
it's
think he's-
it's like a sequel to Doomsday, I think.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, we need to work better on that AI thing. But
Dude, he's just taking his time to make sure he's fact checking all of the correct things.
yeah. it's
But-
funny.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking that it was more of like there's going to be a next chapter, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be out of this world because
And I think that's
the
what Secret-
possibilities are just literally like endless
Yeah,
with
that's
the multiverse that was opened up.
And I think in the next Spider-Man solo movie, we're going to get Miles Morales.
Yeah, I think so too.
Something like that.
Miles is the shit.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Anything else? Anything else? Other
Um,
thoughts or questions?
Yeah, let us know what you think of this new podcast, format.
Yeah.
I think I noticed it kind of maybe jumping a little too quickly on some
Maybe it
things.
jumps a lot. Like it can be a little disorienting.
So we'll hone
We'll
that
dial
in.
it in.
We'll dial
We'll
it
dial
in.
We'll dial
But
it in.
it's fun, always evolving, and 1% better.
Yeah, and thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Much love. And what is going to be our movie of the week for next week?
Dude,
Dude,
do we
crazy.
have like the most anticipated thing?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
We could do Logan. I love
We
Logan.
could do Logan.
I don't know.
I
It's
have never
totally
watched
not
it.
like a superhero.
It's like pretty like you said it's rated R, right?
Super dark and gritty. And
Well, is
fucked up.
because Clayface is coming out soon.
Oh yeah, dude. I definitely want to.
We've
see
got a
Clayface.
list. We've got a list. So let's see. Let's just go down the list here. We've got Dog Stars is coming out soon, but that's gonna be end of August. Let's see.
Oh wait, we should see what IMDb rated Spider-Man.
Did we not mention that?
No, because
Oh.
I gave it an 8.9. You gave it a. 7.
You gave it an 8.9?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did give it an 8.9. Right.
Hey Jarvis, what is the IMDb rating of Spider-Man: Brand New Day?
Let me gather that rating for you right away.
All right.
Right away.
Yeah, it's just a little. It's a little slow,
It's a little laggy.
and then it doesn't really,
But he's working hard, man.
or hardly working. It doesn't even give us the answer.
Did you want to watch
Damn it.
Death to Robin Hood?
Oh, is that out?
It says June 19th, I think. So it's been
Oh.
out for
So I would do.
How did we forget about the movie of the week, dude?
um,
Yeah, it came out on June 19th.
yeah. I mean,
Death to Robin Hood, 824.
I would probably do.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, it is. It is Hugh Jackman. Yeah, I mean, my gut thing says Logan or Batman Begins, but I mean that's too many superhero stuff.
I'm down with superhero stuff. I like Logan.
Dude,
Let's do Logan because I've never watched Logan.
And it's just a one-off. You don't need to know shit.
Perfect. That's
It's-
exactly my vibe.
It's crazy.
And it's also following the Jean Grey thing, so we're like a little bit X-Men tuned up.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
primed
yeah.
up.
There's
primed
actually
up.
some
Yeah?
interesting stuff.
Logan. Movie of the week for next week is Logan.
Logan.
Check it out if you haven't already. Join me in watching it for the first time. Or if you have watched it and you want to rewatch and then circle back with us and chat for a little bit, feel free to do so.
All right.
Until next time.
Take it easy.